Hey Taurus, before we dive into today's reading, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that what I'm about to share might resonate differently with each of you. Some of you might recognize this situation immediately, while others might feel like certain aspects apply to your life right now. I also want to say that this reading touches on some sensitive topics around deception and hidden truths, so if you're in a vulnerable place emotionally, please take care of yourself as you listen. This message is coming through with a lot of intensity, and I feel it's important to honor that some of you have been carrying the weight of confusion or suspicion for quite some time now. You're not alone in this experience, and whatever you've been sensing or feeling, trust that there's a reason you're here today. So let me just dive right into what the cards are revealing about this situation where something is about to come full circle in the next 7 days. And there is absolutely a hidden truth that someone has been keeping from you. The first card that came out is the Seven of Swords. And when I saw this card appear, I immediately knew we were dealing with deception. This card is literally the card of someone sneaking away with something that does not belong to them. I am talking about someone in your orbit, Taurus, who has been operating behind the scenes. They have been taking things that were not theirs to take, whether that is credit for your ideas, whether that is your energy, your time, your trust, or maybe even literal resources. This person has been playing a game where they thought they could outsmart everyone, especially you. The Seven of Swords shows me someone who believed they were clever enough to get away with their schemes. They have been moving in the shadows, thinking that nobody would notice what they were doing. But here is what they did not account for, Taurus. They did not account for the fact that the universe keeps receipts. Every single action they have taken in the dark is about to be brought into the light, and it is happening within 7 days. The energy of this card tells me that this person has been so focused on their sneaky behavior that they have not prepared themselves for the moment when everything unravels. And that moment is coming fast. What I find fascinating about this Seven of Swords energy is how confident this person has been. They really thought they had covered all their tracks. They thought they had crafted the perfect lies, the perfect cover story, the perfect facade. But the cards are showing me that there are cracks forming in their story. Small inconsistencies that at first seemed like nothing are starting to add up. People are beginning to ask questions. Things are not making sense the way they used to. And you, Taurus, you have probably been feeling this on an intuitive level, even if you could not quite put your finger on what was wrong. That uneasy feeling you have had, that sense that something was off, but you could not prove it, that was your inner wisdom trying to alert you to this deceptive energy. The Seven of Swords is confirming that your instincts were absolutely correct. Someone has been lying to you, and their lies are about to collapse under the weight of their own contradictions. This is not about revenge, Taurus. This is about truth. The universe is simply correcting an imbalance, and this person is about to face the natural consequences of their choices. The second card that appeared is the Emperor, and this completely shifts the energy of the reading. After seeing the deception of the Seven of Swords, the Emperor comes through to tell you that structure, authority, and justice are being established. This card represents the ultimate authority figure, someone or something that cannot be manipulated or deceived. When the Emperor shows up in a reading about hidden secrets and karmic returns, it means that there is a higher power at work here that is going to enforce the rules. This could manifest in several ways for you, Taurus. It might be that someone in a position of authority finally sees through the lies that have been told about you or around you. It could be a boss, a legal figure, a family elder, someone whose opinion carries weight and whose judgment cannot be easily swayed. The Emperor is telling me that this authority figure is going to see the situation for exactly what it is, and they are going to make a decision that restores order and fairness. But the Emperor is not just about external authority. This card is also deeply connected to your own inner authority, Taurus. Over the past months or maybe even years, you have been building your own sense of self, your own power, your own understanding of what you will and will not tolerate. The Emperor is confirmation that you have done the work. You have established boundaries. You have created structure in your life. You have learned how to stand firm in your truth even when others tried to shake you. And now, that inner strength you have cultivated is about to be validated in a very real, very tangible way. The person who has been operating in deception is going to come face to face with your Emperor energy. And they are going to realize that they severely underestimated you. They thought you were someone they could manipulate or control. But the Emperor shows me that you have grown beyond their ability to influence you. You are standing in your power now, and that power is unmovable. The Emperor also speaks to me about consequences and accountability. This is not a card of chaos or random events. Everything that is about to unfold is happening according to a divine order, a cosmic structure that ensures balance is maintained. The person who has been hiding their terrible secret thought they were operating outside of this structure, but the Emperor is here to show them that nobody is above universal law. Their actions have been recorded, their intentions have been seen, and now the bill is coming due. For you, Taurus, this means you do not have to do anything to make this happen. You do not need to expose anyone. You do not need to fight or argue or prove your case. The Emperor energy is doing that work for you. Your job is simply to stand firm, maintain your boundaries, and watch as justice unfolds naturally. The Death card is the third card in this reading, and I know this card can seem scary at first glance, but let me tell you what it is really showing us here. Death is not about physical endings in most tarot readings. It is about transformation, about the complete and total end of a cycle, so that something new can begin. In the context of your situation, Taurus, Death is telling me that the dynamic you have been experiencing with this deceptive person is about to die. Not just change a little bit, but completely transform beyond recognition. Within these 7 days, something is going to happen that makes it impossible for things to continue the way they have been. This could be the revelation of the secret. It could be a sudden realization on your part. It could be an external event that forces everything into the open. Whatever form it takes, the Death card promises that this situation as you currently know it is ending. What I am picking up from the Death card specifically is that this transformation is non-negotiable. There is no going back to the way things were before. Even if this person tries to apologize, even if they try to explain away their behavior, even if they attempt to manipulate you one more time, the Death card says that chapter is closed. The version of reality where their deception could continue has expired. A new reality is being born, one where truth is the foundation and where hidden agendas cannot survive. For you personally, Taurus, this Death card is actually incredibly liberating. It means you are being freed from a situation that has been draining your energy for far too long. Yes, transformation can be uncomfortable. Yes, there might be some grief involved in letting go of what you thought was true. But on the other side of this Death card is a version of your life that is cleaner, clearer, and so much more aligned with who you really are. The Death card is also speaking to me about the death of this person's false identity. They have been presenting themselves as one thing while actually being something completely different. They have been wearing a mask, playing a role, maintaining an image that does not match their true character. In 7 days, that mask is going to crack and fall away. The person they have been pretending to be is going to die, and their true self is going to be revealed. And honestly, Taurus, it is not going to be pretty. When people operate in deception for extended periods, they tend to build their entire identity around their lies. When those lies collapse, they often collapse too. You might witness this person having a complete breakdown of their false persona. You might see them scrambling to salvage their reputation. You might watch as they try desperately to maintain the illusion, even as it crumbles around them. The Death card wants you to understand that this is not your responsibility to fix or manage. This is their transformation to go through, their consequences to face, their lesson to learn. Now we come to the Ten of Wands, and this card is making so much sense in your reading, Taurus. The Ten of Wands represents burden, exhaustion, taking on too much responsibility, and feeling weighed down by obligations. When I see this card in the context of your situation, it tells me two important things. First, this person who has been deceiving you has been carrying the weight of their lies. Every deception they have told, every secret they have kept, every manipulation they have performed has added another weight to their shoulders. They have been struggling under the burden of maintaining their false narrative. Lies require constant energy to maintain. You have to remember what you told to whom. You have to keep your story straight. You have to manage everyone's perceptions. You have to cover your tracks. It is exhausting work. And the Ten of Wands shows me that this person is absolutely exhausted. They have been carrying this burden for so long that they are on the verge of collapse. In fact, the 7-day timeline we are looking at might very well correspond to the moment when they simply cannot carry these lies anymore. They are going to drop their burdens, either by choice or by necessity, and when they do, everything they have been hiding is going to spill out into the open. But the Ten of Wands is also speaking directly to you, Taurus. This card is asking you to examine what burdens you have been carrying that do not belong to you. Have you been taking responsibility for this person's emotions? Have you been making excuses for their behavior? Have you been trying to hold together a situation that was built on lies? The Ten of Wands wants you to know that it is time to put down anything that is not yours to carry. When the truth comes out in the next 7 days, you might feel tempted to help this person manage the fallout. You might feel guilty. You might feel like you should do something to ease their burden or protect them from consequences. The Ten of Wands is here to tell you that you absolutely should not do that. This is their burden to carry, not yours. They created this situation through their choices, and they need to face it on their own. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your own healing, to your own boundaries. Let them deal with the weight of their own actions. The Ten of Wands also suggests to me that once this situation resolves, you are going to feel significantly lighter. Right now, you might not even realize how much energy this situation has been taking from you. When someone in your life is operating in deception, it creates a subtle but constant drain on your resources. You are always on some level trying to make sense of things that do not make sense. You are always managing your own confusion or suspicion. You are always dealing with the energetic discord of being around someone who is not authentic. When the truth finally comes out and this cycle ends, the Ten of Wands promises that you are going to feel like you can finally breathe again. The burden you have been carrying, even if you were not fully aware of it, is going to be lifted. You are going to have access to energy and mental clarity that you have not had in a long time. The High Priestess is the 5th card in your reading, and this is where things get really interesting because the High Priestess is the keeper of secrets and hidden knowledge. When this card appears in a reading about someone hiding a terrible secret, it means that the secret is significant. This is not just a little white lie or a minor omission. The High Priestess guards the mysteries, the deep truths, the information that has the power to change everything. Whatever this person has been hiding from you, Taurus, it is substantial. It is the kind of secret that once revealed will completely reframe your understanding of the entire situation. The High Priestess is also telling me that on some level, you already know what this secret is. Not consciously, perhaps, but your intuition has been picking up on the truth. Your subconscious mind has been processing the clues, the inconsistencies, the red flags. The High Priestess represents that inner knowing, that gut feeling that something is not right even when you cannot articulate exactly what is wrong. What I am picking up from the High Priestess in your reading is that this secret involves something sacred that was violated. This could be a betrayal of trust, a breach of confidence, a breaking of vows or promises. The High Priestess energy is very much about honor and integrity in relationships and commitments. So when she appears in the context of hidden deception, it often means someone has violated a sacred bond. They might have shared information that was told to them in confidence. They might have broken a promise they made to you. They might have betrayed your trust in a fundamental way. Whatever the specific details are, the High Priestess is clear that this person crossed a line that should never have been crossed. They took something that was meant to be protected and they exposed it, used it, or corrupted it for their own purposes. The High Priestess is also speaking to me about your own intuitive development through this experience. Even though this situation has been painful, even though deception has been present, you have been learning to trust your inner voice more deeply. Every time you felt that something was off, every time you questioned the narrative you were being given, every time you listened to that quiet knowing inside yourself, you were strengthening your connection to the High Priestess energy within you. Moving forward, this experience is going to serve you well because you are never going to doubt your intuition in quite the same way again. You have learned what it feels like to sense deception even when you cannot see it clearly. You have learned to trust that uneasy feeling in your gut. You have learned that your inner wisdom is trying to protect you. The High Priestess wants you to honor that growth. She wants you to continue developing your intuitive abilities and trusting the messages you receive from your higher self. The High Priestess also indicates that after this secret is revealed, there are going to be even more things that come to light. The initial revelation in 7 days is just the beginning. It is like pulling on a thread that unravels an entire tapestry. Once one truth comes out, it is going to lead to other truths, other revelations, other pieces of the puzzle clicking into place. Things that seemed unrelated are going to suddenly make sense. Patterns are going to emerge. You are going to have those moments where you think back to specific incidents and realize, oh, that is what was really happening. The High Priestess is preparing you for this process of ongoing revelation and discovery that is going to unfold over the coming weeks and months. The Ten of Swords is the 6th card, and I am not going to lie to you, Taurus, this is a heavy card. The Ten of Swords represents betrayal, backstabbing, the worst-case scenario manifesting, hitting rock bottom. In traditional tarot imagery, this card shows a figure face down with 10 swords in their back, and it is pretty much as bad as it looks. But here is what is important to understand about the Ten of Swords in your reading. This card is not describing what is going to happen to you. This card is describing what is about to happen to the person who has been deceiving you. They are the one who is about to experience the Ten of Swords moment. They are the one who is going to be completely defeated by the consequences of their own actions. The Ten of Swords represents the ultimate end, the point where there is nowhere left to run and no more ways to hide. In 7 days, this person is going to face their Ten of Swords moment. Everything they have built on lies is going to collapse completely. Their reputation might be destroyed. Their relationships might fall apart. Their carefully constructed image might be shattered beyond repair. And here's the thing about the Ten of Swords that makes it particularly relevant to your situation. It represents the pain of self-inflicted wounds. Those 10 swords in the back, they did not come from an external enemy. They came from the person's own choices and actions. This individual has basically been stabbing themselves in the back with every lie they told, with every manipulation they performed, with every deception they maintained. They just did not realize it until now. The Ten of Swords is the moment when all of that accumulated self-betrayal catches up with them all at once. For you, Taurus, the Ten of Swords carries a message of closure and finality. This situation is going to end completely and definitively. There is no ambiguity with the Ten of Swords. It is over. This person will not be able to worm their way back into your life. They will not be able to talk their way out of this. They will not be able to manipulate the narrative or shift the blame. The Ten of Swords is the end of the line. Now, I know that might sound harsh, and you might even feel some compassion or sadness for this person when you witness their downfall. That is natural, especially for you, Taurus, because you are someone who values stability, and you do not typically enjoy seeing anyone suffer, even people who have wronged you. But the Ten of Swords wants you to remember that this is the consequence of their choices. They created this situation. They chose deception over honesty. They chose manipulation over authenticity. They chose their own selfish interests over treating you with respect. The Ten of Swords is simply the natural result of those choices playing out to their inevitable conclusion. The Ten of Swords also speaks to me about the concept of the boomerang effect that your reading is focused on. What this person sent out into the world through their deceptive actions is now coming back to them with full force. Every bit of harm they tried to cause you, every bit of trouble they created, every bit of negativity they projected is now returning to its source. And because they tried to hide what they were doing, because they operated in secret and in the shadows, the return is going to hit them even harder. They were not prepared for this. They genuinely believed they would get away with it. The Ten of Swords is the universe saying, no, you do not get away with it. And here is the full weight of your actions coming back to you all at once. The Knight of Pentacles is our 7th card, and this shifts the energy considerably. After all these cards about deception, endings, and heavy consequences, the Knight of Pentacles brings a sense of steady, reliable, methodical energy. This card tells me that the way this situation unfolds is going to be thorough and complete. The Knight of Pentacles does not rush. He takes his time. He pays attention to every detail. He makes sure everything is done properly and correctly. In the context of your reading, this suggests that when the truth comes out, it is not going to be a quick flash of revelation that people might forget or overlook. The Knight of Pentacles indicates that there will be a methodical process of discovery and exposure. Evidence will be gathered, facts will be checked, details will be examined. Every aspect of this person's deception is going to be systematically brought to light. The Knight of Pentacles also speaks to me about the permanence of the changes that are coming. This is not a temporary setback for this person. This is not something they are going to bounce back from quickly. The Knight of Pentacles brings lasting consequences. Whatever unfolds in the next 7 days is going to have long-term repercussions that this person will be dealing with for years to come. Their reputation will be permanently altered. Their relationships will be permanently changed. Their opportunities will be permanently affected. The Knight of Pentacles is slow, but he is thorough, and the changes he brings are built to last. For you, Taurus, this actually provides a sense of security. You do not have to worry about this person popping back up later with new lies or new schemes. The Knight of Pentacles is building a wall of consequences that will protect you going forward. I am also seeing the Knight of Pentacles as representing you in this situation, Taurus. You are an earth sign just like the Pentacles suit, and the Knight of Pentacles embodies many of the qualities that you possess naturally. You are steady, you are reliable, you are hardworking, you are practical. While this other person has been running around, playing games and telling lies, you have been moving forward with integrity. You have been building your life on solid foundations. You have been doing the real work while they were focused on appearances and deception. The Knight of Pentacles is here to tell you that your approach, your steady, consistent effort, your commitment to doing things the right way, that is what is going to prevail in the end. The tortoise beats the rabbit in this story. Your patient, grounded, authentic approach to life is going to be validated, while their flashy, deceptive, shortcut-seeking approach is going to be exposed as the house of cards that it always was. The Knight of Pentacles also brings a message about resources and stability. After this situation resolves, you are going to find yourself in a much more secure position than you were before. Something about this person's deception or manipulation might have been threatening your sense of security, whether financially, emotionally, or in terms of your reputation or standing. The Knight of Pentacles promises that not only will you survive this situation intact, but you will actually come out of it with greater stability and security than before. Justice is going to work in your favor in very practical, tangible ways. You might receive something that was taken from you. You might gain access to opportunities that were blocked. You might experience a material improvement in your circumstances as a direct result of the truth coming out. The Chariot is the 8th card in your reading, and this is such a powerful card to see here. The Chariot represents victory, determination, willpower, and moving forward with confidence and control. After everything we have seen in the previous cards, the deception, the endings, the consequences, the methodical process of justice, the Chariot is showing me the outcome for you specifically. You are going to emerge from this situation victorious. Not in a petty or revenge-focused way, but in the sense that you will have successfully navigated a difficult challenge and you will be moving forward stronger and more empowered than before. The Chariot is one of the most positive cards in the entire deck when it comes to overcoming obstacles and opposition. It shows that you have the strength, the determination, and the inner resources to not just survive the situation, but to triumph over it. The Chariot also speaks to me about taking control of your own direction and destiny. Perhaps during the time when this person was deceiving you, you felt somewhat powerless or confused. You might have felt like you were not in the driver's seat of your own life. The Chariot is here to tell you that those days are over. You are taking the reins back. You are reasserting control over your path. You are deciding where you want to go and how you want to get there. And nobody else's deception or manipulation is going to steer you off course anymore. The Chariot requires focus and discipline to master. You have to hold the reins of both horses. You have to keep them moving together in the same direction. You have to stay committed to your destination. And you have that within you, Taurus. You have always had it. But this experience is going to activate it in a whole new way. What I find particularly meaningful about the Chariot in your spread is the timing. This card shows up after all the difficult cards, after the revelation of secrets, after the collapse and consequences. The Chariot is telling me that you do not have to do anything to create your victory. You just have to stand firm in your truth, maintain your integrity, and keep moving forward. The victory is already yours. It is already unfolding. The Chariot is not about fighting or struggling. It is about confident forward movement from a place of inner strength and knowing. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. You know the truth of the situation. And that knowing is going to carry you through this period and beyond. The Chariot also indicates that this situation is going to be a major turning point for you. The experience you are going through right now is going to change you in positive ways. It is going to make you stronger, wiser, more discerning, more confident in your own judgment. You are going to come out of this with a level of self-assurance that nobody can shake. The Chariot is also connected to the concept of karma and justice on a universal level. The Chariot wheels keep turning, and what goes around comes around. This person's negative actions have set certain wheels in motion, and those wheels are now turning back toward them. Your positive actions, your integrity, your authenticity, those have also set wheels in motion, and those wheels are turning in your favor. The Chariot wants you to trust in this process. Trust that the universe has a way of balancing things out. Trust that you do not have to force anything or make anything happen. Just stay true to yourself and keep moving forward with confidence. The Ace of Cups is the 9th card in your reading, and this card fills me with so much hope for what is coming for you after this situation resolves. The Ace of Cups represents new beginnings in the emotional realm, fresh starts in love and relationships, emotional fulfillment, and the opening of your heart to receive blessings. After dealing with deception and betrayal, after witnessing someone face the consequences of their terrible secret, after all the heaviness and difficulty, the Ace of Cups is like a cool drink of water. It is the universe telling you that something beautiful is waiting for you on the other side of this experience. This could be a new relationship that is built on genuine honesty and authentic connection. It could be a renewed sense of love and trust in your existing relationships. It could be a deepening of your relationship with yourself and a greater capacity for self-love and self-acceptance. The Ace of Cups tells me that your heart, which may have closed down or built up walls as a result of this deceptive situation, is going to open again. You are going to be able to trust again. You are going to be able to feel again without fear of being manipulated or lied to. The Ace of Cups is a fresh start, and it comes with the wisdom you have gained from this experience without carrying the wounds forward. This is true healing. This is the kind of renewal that only comes after you have fully processed and released a painful situation. The Ace of Cups cannot appear in your life until you have made space for it. And the events of the next 7 days are going to create exactly that space. As the old situation ends and the truth comes to light, you are going to feel yourself becoming lighter, more open, more available for genuine connection and real love. The Ace of Cups is also speaking to me about emotional clarity and honesty. Moving forward from this experience, you are going to have zero tolerance for emotional manipulation or deception in your relationships. You are going to value authenticity above all else. You are going to be drawn to people who show up as their real selves, who communicate openly and honestly, who do not play games or hide behind masks. And here's the beautiful thing. You are also going to be that person more fully than ever before. The Ace of Cups represents pure, genuine emotional expression. It is about showing up authentically in your feelings and your connections with others. This entire experience is teaching you the value of that authenticity, and it is preparing you to create relationships in the future that are based on truth and real emotional intimacy. I am also picking up from the Ace of Cups that you might be feeling surprisingly emotional when the truth finally comes out. You might cry, not necessarily because you are sad, but because you are relieved. You are releasing tension that you have been holding for so long. You are allowing yourself to feel everything you have been suppressing while you were trying to make sense of a situation that did not make sense. The Ace of Cups gives you permission to feel all of that. Let the emotions flow. Let yourself process everything that comes up. That emotional release is part of the healing process, and it is necessary for you to fully step into the new beginning that is waiting for you. The Ace of Cups promises that after the tears, after the processing, after the release, there is going to be a sense of peace and emotional renewal that is truly beautiful. The final card in your reading is Temperance, and I could not imagine a more perfect card to close out this spread. Temperance is all about balance, harmony, patience, and divine timing. After everything we have seen in this reading, the deception, the consequences, the endings, the victory, the new beginning, Temperance comes in to bring everything into perfect equilibrium. This card is telling you that what is about to unfold in the next 7 days is not random chaos. It is not an accident. It is not even really about revenge or punishment. It is about balance being restored. The universe operates according to certain laws, and one of those laws is that imbalance cannot persist indefinitely. When someone creates imbalance through their deceptive actions, the universe will eventually correct that imbalance. Temperance is the energy of that correction. It is the divine hand that gently but firmly brings everything back into alignment. Temperance is also speaking to me about your role in all of this. Your job is not to be the one who exposes this person or forces the consequences. Your job is not to seek revenge or to try to make them pay for what they have done. Your job, according to Temperance, is to maintain your own inner balance and harmony while the universe handles the situation. Temperance asks you to trust in divine timing. The secret will be revealed when it is meant to be revealed. The consequences will unfold when they are meant to unfold. The truth will come to light at precisely the right moment for everyone involved. You do not have to force anything or rush anything. In fact, Temperance specifically cautions against taking aggressive action or trying to speed up the process. Everything is already in motion. Everything is already unfolding exactly as it should. Your task is simply to stay centered, stay grounded, and maintain your own equilibrium while external events run their course. Temperance also brings a message about healing and integration. After the situation resolves, you are going to need some time to process everything and integrate the lessons you have learned. Temperance is the card of patience with yourself as well as with the situation. Do not expect to bounce back immediately. Do not pressure yourself to move on before you are ready. Give yourself the time and space to heal properly. Temperance is a slow card, and it reminds us that real healing cannot be rushed. But the beautiful promise of Temperance is that when healing happens at the right pace, it is thorough and complete. You are not just putting a bandage over a wound. You are allowing true transformation and integration to occur. The person you are becoming through this experience, the wisdom you are gaining, the boundaries you are establishing, the self-knowledge you are developing, all of that is being woven into the fabric of who you are. And that is the kind of growth that lasts. Temperance is also connected to the concept of alchemy, the transformation of base materials into gold. What you are going through right now, as difficult as it is your alchemical process. You are taking the painful experience of being deceived and betrayed, and you are transforming it into wisdom, strength, and self-knowledge. You are taking the worst of what someone else has done to you, and you are using it as fuel for your own growth and evolution. That is the ultimate victory, Taurus. Not just surviving what happened, but using it to become an even better version of yourself. Temperance is the master alchemist, and she is working with you to make sure that no part of this experience is wasted. Every bit of pain has a purpose. Every moment of confusion has been teaching you something. Every instance of deception has been showing you who you do not want to be and what you do not want in your life. All of it is being transformed into gold. So let me bring all of this together for you, Taurus. Over the next 7 days, something is going to happen that brings a hidden truth into the light. Someone who has been operating in deception, someone who has been carrying a terrible secret, is about to face the consequences of their actions. This is the boomerang effect in action. Everything they have done in secret, every lie they have told, every manipulation they have performed, it is all coming back to them. And when it does, it is going to hit hard. You are going to witness their carefully constructed facade crumble. You are going to see them face the reality of what they have created through their choices. The cards are showing me that this is not going to be a subtle or quiet process. This is going to be obvious. People are going to see what has been happening. The truth is going to be undeniable. But here is what is most important for you to remember. This situation is not really about that other person. It is about your liberation. It is about you being freed from confusion and deception. It is about you reclaiming your power and your truth. It is about you moving forward into a new chapter of your life that is built on a foundation of authenticity and genuine connection. The cards are showing me that you are going to come through this experience stronger, wiser, and more confident than ever before. You are going to trust yourself more deeply. You are going to know your worth more fully. You are going to understand your own power in a whole new way. The universe has your back, Taurus. Justice is being served on your behalf, even though you did not ask for it. Balance is being restored. Truth is rising to the surface. And all you have to do is stand firm in who you are and keep moving forward with integrity. Do not get pulled into drama. Do not engage in arguments or try to defend yourself excessively. The truth is going to speak for itself. Your character is going to speak for itself. The life you have built through honest effort and authentic living is going to speak for itself. And when the dust settles, everyone is going to see clearly who was operating in truth and who was operating in deception. I want you to prepare yourself emotionally for what is coming. It might be shocking to see how deep the deception went. It might be painful to realize how much you were being lied to. You might feel angry, betrayed, sad, confused. All of those emotions are valid, and you should allow yourself to feel them. But do not let those emotions consume you or define this chapter of your life. Remember that you are moving through this experience towards something better. The Ace of Cups and Temperance are waiting for you on the other side. New beginnings, emotional renewal, perfect balance, and harmony. That is your destination. The current situation is just the bridge you have to cross to get there. In terms of practical advice, stay grounded over the next 7 days. Do not be surprised if things start unfolding quickly or if information comes to you from unexpected sources. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuition, because the High Priestess is very active in your reading, and she often communicates through those channels. Trust what you know to be true, even if others try to convince you otherwise. And most importantly, do not try to protect this person from the consequences of their actions. That is not your job, and doing so would only delay your own healing and liberation. Let karma do its work. Let the universe handle the situation. You just focus on taking care of yourself and preparing for the beautiful new chapter that is about to begin in your life. So thank you for being here with me today, Taurus. I know this reading was intense and covered some heavy topics, but I truly believe that what is about to unfold is going to be one of the most liberating experiences of your life. The truth will set you free, even when that truth is painful at first. You are so much stronger than you realize, and you are about to prove that to yourself in a major way. Trust the process, trust yourself, and know that everything is working out exactly as it should. I am sending you so much love and positive energy as you move through this transition. You have got this.